Good day to all of you. Class 8 students, here's a new topic for you, reproduction in plants. Now, reproduction is a life essential phenomena which all living beings carry out in order to maintain their own number. If there is no reproduction, that animal or plant would stop to exist on this earth. Reproduction means producing new organisms of their own kind. There are two modes of reproduction which are seen in plants, asexual and sexual. Besides these, there is another means of reproduction by vegetative propagation. We will discuss about them in detail later on. Right now, I want you to focus on differences between asexual and sexual reproduction. Now, asexual reproduction is a reproduction in which only one parent can produce new individuals on its own. There is no need of male parent or female parent in this. While in sexual reproduction, there are two individuals involved, one male parent, the other female parent, to produce new individuals. While in vegetative propagation, the one individual can produce new plants through its vegetative parts. It's only observed in plants like roots, stems, leaves, even buds can produce new plants. You may have observed such methods by cutting, by grafting, by runners. We will know about them later on. Now, differences between asexual and sexual reproduction. In asexual reproduction, there is a single parent involved. In sexual reproduction, there are two parents, male and female, involved. Asexual reproduction doesn't involve production of gametes. In sexual reproduction, gametes, both male and female, that is sperm and ova, are needed. There is no zygote production, that is fertilization is not needed. In sexual reproduction, male and female gametes have to meet with each other, fertilize to produce a zygote. Therefore, since the single parent produces new individual, the new individuals are exact copies of the parent. There is no difference between the parent and the daughter cells. They are clones. While in sexual reproduction, since different parents are involved, male and female, the offsprings or the new individuals are quite different from their parents. There will be certain differences or variations possible. Students, now we have asexual types of reproduction, and in your syllabus there are 4 types of asexual reproduction given. As you know, asexual reproduction involves only one parent. A single individual can form many individuals, exactly copies of itself. So the 4 types of asexual reproduction given in your syllabus, the first one is binary fission. It is observed in lower, simple, unicellular organisms like bacteria, amoeba, protozoans. So in this, the parent cell enlarges and grows to its full size and gradually starts splitting into two. The splitting occurs around the cell wall and cell membrane and in the nuclear material also. After splitting into two, the two new daughter cells are formed. This is binary fission. Binary, as you know, means 2. You have learned binary numbers, which means numbers with 2 digits. So here a single parent gives rise to 2 daughter new individuals. In the second type of reproduction, budding. Buds, you know, are seen in flowers, in plants, as floral buds, axillary buds. But here, budding is a mode of reproduction, asexual mode of reproduction, seen in yeast, certain algae. Okay, yeast is a fungi, unicellular organisms. Again, here, a simple outgrowth develops in the parent cell, and this outgrowth swells up gradually and forms new chain of cells, new buds on it. Each bud is capable of forming a new individual. Then we have fragmentation. It is seen in certain algae. Here, the filaments of algae like Spirogyra nosta, when the conditions are good, favorable, then they split into 2. Simply, they divide into 2 fragments, parts. Each fragment then grows to form a new individual. The last method of reproduction, spore formation, is seen in fungi like Mucor, bread mold, Rhizopus. Fungi has a structure made of thread-like filaments called as hypha. And some of these hypha become reproductive and bear a small balloon-like outgrowth. In this balloon-like outgrowth called as sporangiophore, the nucleus divides into tiny spores. Spore is a method of asexual reproduction, and each of these spores is carried by air and germinates on the growth medium to form a new individual. So this is all about asexual reproduction. A video will make you understand clearly.
Living organisms are capable of giving birth to young ones which are either exactly same or somewhat similar to them. Can you tell me what is this process of giving birth to an offspring known as? The process is called reproduction. In simple terms, it's defined as the process in which living organisms give birth to an offspring which is the same or similar to them. Now, when I say living organisms, it should include plants as well, right? Yes, of course. We have seen a new plant emerging from a seed when sown in the ground. Where does this seed come from? It comes from some plant, right? Absolutely. But wait, have we seen all the plants always giving us flowers, fruits and seeds? No, there are many plants that do not bear flowers and fruits. So don't these plants reproduce? Or do they reproduce by some other means? Let's answer all these questions in this video. Reproduction in plants can occur in 2 major ways. One type is asexual reproduction and the second is sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction, as the name suggests, involves sex cells or gametes. So a new individual is born when gametes from both male and female parents fuse. Now, can you guess what asexual reproduction will be? In contrast to the previous type, asexual reproduction does not involve gametes. It is a type in which some part of the parent body will be capable of growing into a new organism.